Hey folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, where Tava and her companions have begun exploring the Mind Flayer colony hidden beneath Moonrise Tower, where Ketheric Thorm has fled, along with, presumably, the enormous tentacle creature, which may be the heart of the Absolute's power. We have a lot of work to do, and to start, we're going to go ahead and start looting this area for valuables. We're kind of loaded up on sales at the moment.
My desire.
But we always need more. So we'll take what we can get, whatever that might be. One thing I do have to be careful of here is that there are some things here. These are explosives, the nautiloid tanks. I don't know about the profane wombs. I don't think I want to interact with them. We do have quite a lot of dead here. They may or may not have anything valuable on them, but we'll check them all out. Hey, a little bit of gold so far. Every soul made true. Winged horror had nothing. Greater zombie. A single gold piece. Yeah, not a lot here. The Death Shepherd had a great sword and some half-plate armor. This stuff is kind of valuable, but heavy, so we're not going to take it. We probably have enough gold to get us through the rest of the campaign anyway. I'm mostly looking for, like, alchemy and free gold.
Down.
Yeah, nothing much. Okay, that takes care of all the dead. Let's hop back down. And if we take a quick look at the map here... Alright, we've got a spur there. It looks like we want to go around the right side, or the bottom side here, and check that out first.
Don't waste a step.
Look for, you know, treasure or alchemy ingredients or secrets or lore or what have you down here. And then come up and around. Now, hold on a second. Let's look at this. There's a pathway over here that we haven't been able to reach. Looks like it might curve down and around. But there might be some way to get there from here. Maybe? Yeah, it does look like we can jump down here. Let's do it. Okay. Everybody else should be able to make the jump as well. Alright. Pretty creepy, disgusting, like, landscape here. Like, tendrils of flesh and muscle from the Illithid colony mixed with lots of bones. There's piles of blood everywhere. It's very evocative, that's for sure. Coming up this way, looks like we have some kind of strange altar up here with some interesting stuff. A resonance stone? Not sure what that is. Okay.
I feel glorious.
Yeah, she feels glorious. I wonder if that's an effect. Steeped in bliss. Seized by great joy. Affected entity is more energized and also more mentally compliant. Entity has advantage on physical checks and disadvantage on mental saving throws. Entity is also vulnerable to psychic damage. I think that's going to be an effect of the resonance stone, so... Advantage on physical checks, disadvantage on mental saving throws, vulnerable to psychic damage. Probably not something we want to take with us.
Prepare the mark.
There could also be some kind of creature or effect that kind of comes out at us here. Not sure. Let's check this cartilaginous chest. Ooh, some goodies.
Well, good feelings never last, I suppose.
Yeah, it's when we were in range of that stone, I think. Alright, so a necklace to sell, some gold, an elixir of necrotic resistance, an oil of bane, and an elixir of peerless focus. Yeah, there's I have very specific preferences for my my elixirs right now. The resistance ones I'm not particularly interested in. Vigilance I really like. Can't be surprised, +5 bonus to initiative. Having Tava go first is very helpful. We have a viciousness on Astarion. Greater arcane cultivation for an additional level 2 spell slot for Shadowheart for another spiritual weapon, or, you know, cure wounds or whatever. And then Bloodlust on Karlach is fantastic. I've run out of ingredients for the Bloodlust elixir, so I can't make more, which is worrying to me. It seems to be made from like warg ashes or something, and I don't seem to have any more of those. All right, let's come in a little closer here. We've got a true mind archive interface, and the slack-skinned head. All right, before we talk to that, I think we're gonna move this. As a matter of fact, just in case something weird happens, since we do have the mage hand here, I want to start moving this away from that head before we talk to it. I suppose we could try to destroy it. Where do we want to put it? Can we put it up there? Too far? What if we have Karlach throw it instead?
I'd love to, thanks.
Or maybe Tava. She's got a good strength. Can you throw it up there?
Not designed.
What if we pick it up and then go stick it up here somewhere? I guess we could destroy it, but I'm not sure I want to do that right now. The stone gives you and those around you the steeped in bliss condition. Resonant stones heighten emotions in those who stand within their radius. Yeah, okay. Let's just dump it up here for now. And then head back. And then because I'm worried that this head is going to try to make some force us to make some sort of mental saving throw, and that stone is put there specifically to give us disadvantage on that, make it more difficult. Look at this thing. Damn, that is cool. That's another cool screenshot right there. Okay. All right, so we have prayer for forgiveness. Let's read this real quick. Forgive me, Father, for I cannot help but admire the chosen of your sworn foe. Enver Gortash's genius will take us far, but fear not. Those of Bane always fall to the same folly. They cannot see the beauty of obliteration. Okay, this is interesting. We've heard Gortash mentioned before. He was giving orders to Ketheric Thorm, and we suspected that he might also possibly be Shadowheart's, like, captain or director. He mentioned having a captain on the Nautiloid whose goal, I believe, was to obtain the prism. So it could be somebody else, but it could be Shadowheart that was mentioned in that other scroll. It does seem he is not an adherent of Shar, however. He's an adherent of Bane, which I think is the god of tyranny in Faerun. Bane and Baal sometimes get mixed up because they have similar sounding names. I think Baal is murder and Bane is tyranny.
Hurry now.
They cannot see the beauty of obliteration. That makes sense. So if Enver Gortash is some sort of like mastermind that we're going to have to deal with, if he's Ketheric Thorm's master, then I really wish that the colony mind would stop talking in the background. But what can I do about it? He may be somebody we have to deal with when we get to Baldur's Gate. Let's keep this in mind. The chosen of your sworn foe. And then this prayer is to Father, not Mother, which would be absolute. Who's the sworn foe of Bane? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. The absolute hoax will garner false love from new slaves, but once I've built a large enough army, I will use our hold upon the absolute slaves to begin this vile world's end. I can see the path through Gortash's brilliant plan. Gortash, Ketheric, and I will seize the Netherese relics that control the crown, and then use the crown to command the Illithid grand design. This is really interesting lore right here.
My chosen.
Balthazar? Who we already slaughtered? Okay. The Netherese relics. This goes back to Karthus's folly that Gale told us about. Karthus had tried to kill Mystra and become the god of magic, failed, and then his city fell out of the sky. But the Netherese empire was a high magic empire. It had extremely powerful magical items. So they're trying to use the hoax of the Absolute, which we knew was a hoax, to control the crown. And then use the crown to command the Illithid Grand Design. So the crown could be a relic in and of itself, or it could be a name for an entity, like maybe the Master Elder Brain in control of the Illithid Grand Design. Not sure. The Dead Three, age-old foes, our dire patrons, will be bosom friends for a time. I think the Dead Three refers to Bale, Mirkul, and the third one, who I always forget. The three who took over from the God of Death and split his portfolio into three for themselves. All right. Father, you created me to be the last soul alive. When the time is right and my power is assured, I will slaughter Gortash and Ketheric upon your altar, where I myself hope to die when the world itself is gasping its last. At the end of this all, Father, there will be not a single creature living. Everyone will die. Everyone will die for you. I will make you proud. Note appended at the bottom of the page in a different hand. Ha! Orin was right about her sibling, Balth. Okay, so Balthazar found this prayer. This was written by somebody who was praying to another god. The Dead Three, age-old foes, are dire patrons, and be bosom friends for a time. So, whoever this father that this person that wrote this is praying to is some sort of god of death. It might be one of the three. It might be maybe Kelemvor, although Kelemvor is more of a guide. It might be the god of death that the three replaced. I'm not entirely sure, but this is a very interesting piece of lore. I'm actually going to pick this up and keep it with me here. What else do we have? An eye patch? Okay. I think that's probably a cosmetic item. Yeah, all right. Balthazar's notes. I'm very curious about this. So this was some sort of altar. I think this head is going to have information for us. We'll talk to it in a minute. But really interesting stuff going on here. Anomalous coral? This bone-like contraption is slightly moist. Okay. Not sure what that is. Sodalite shell. I guess these are things he was researching. There's a rune slate here. A couple of rune slates. Let's read Balthazar's notes. Experimental notes written in Balthazar's precise hand. His obvious deficiencies aside, it cannot be denied that young Gortash has the mind of a scientist. Before his latest invention, the Illithid library was no more than rows of brains swimming in the cerebral slop. With his device, we no longer need psionic power to access the memories contained within, only to insert the subject and speak to it directly. I do wish he were not so eager in testing the device on more recent subjects of his own, however, nor in leaving their skull shavings scattered along my workbench. Alright, so Gortash seemed to be issuing orders to Ketheric. Apparently he's a worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny, and he's apparently a scientist and inventor who's tinkering with mind flare tech of some sort. Let's check out the rune slate. Holding this tablet causes a flash of inscrutable images to appear before the eyes before vanishing, leaving a mild headache in their place. All right, so if we touch these, we can see what the Illithid that created them were using them for, or researching. A series of dots and broken lines, entries in a language you cannot read, and yet you sense their meaning nonetheless. A final mournful entry, carrying with it a vast hollow feeling of grief. The colony in decline, the elder starving, falling dormant to preserve its strength and lie in wait for some salvation to come. Okay, so this was like a diary of a failing colony.
These symbols are nonsense to me. So why can I read them?
Oh, why did you have to fail an Arcana check there? That disappoints me. When we're reading all this amazing lore, a flash of nautiloids lining a great dark void. One mind with one purpose, moving in concert through the darkness between planes. The design in action before the slave minds rose and ruined it all. Yeah, so this grand design of theirs is something they were working on way back when the Gith were enslaved. I kind of wish Lae'zel were still alive to comment on this, but she's not. We have a willing mind here. A humanoid brain alive and in perfect condition, suspended in cerebrospinal fluid. We have a large cook pot. Okay. A mind archive interface and the slack-skinned head. Which of these do we want to touch first? Let's check out the head first.
Empty vessel, nothing more. Lending voice to elder law.
I see. So this is a device that maybe Gortash created to give voice to the contents of... Oh, this is not a willing mind. This is a true mind. This is some device he created to speak for the memories buried inside maybe these rune slates or this mind archive interface. What is a true mind? Yeah, it's the same thing. All right, let's look at this. Insert item. Let's insert the true mind. Okay, and now we speak to the slack-skinned head.
Every day he comes. Every day for 3 days to ask me how I feel. I want to tell, but I am confused. Which day is it?
Oh, this is so weird, man. Now, interestingly, I wonder if we should have kept that stone over here to make the interface fail a wisdom save, or I'm not sure. What answer do we want to give here? I guess it probably doesn't really matter. The he's talking about is either Balthazar or Gortash, I think. I suppose it could be Ketheric, but that's less important than what she really has to say. It's the third day.
She whispers in my mind. She sings, praise the absolute.
So she hears the colony voice. It's the first day.
The first, yes. 5 days since he put that thing in my eye, but the first day he came to visit. He says I am the last, that the other subjects have all changed.
It's the second day?
Eye hurts, head hurts. But he says I am past the worst of it. That I won't change like
the others.
he's given me a place of honor so he can repeat his miracle and a name. True soul.
Okay, so they did the research here on how... So they harvested the tadpoles here and used Netherese magic to change them to create the absolute hoax, right? Then they... Okay, wow. So wait a minute, why was the nautiloid that we were on set up with tadpoles that had the Netherese magic on it? So weird. I guess those mind flayers were created from this colony, and somehow they got their hands on a nautiloid and sent it out to gather subjects. This was the first successful test subject. So we've heard about day 1, 2, and 3. Oh my god, this is blowing my mind, you guys. This is incredible. So it must have been Gortash. Balthazar was like a poisoner and an arcanist. He was not a scientist. It must have been Gortash who worked with Balthazar to create the absolute tadpoles, right? Now, I don't know what they're using as the like ultimate hierarchy controller. They must have an elder brain under control somewhere, somehow. But they manipulated the tadpoles to work differently to create this cult of the absolute, to spread it out throughout the Sword Coast, throughout Baldur's Gate, to like create the slave army and co-opt the idea of the grand design that the Mind Flayers had like millennia ago. Oh my god, the ambition and scope here is incredible. So Gortash, I guess, is the tech genius of the team. Ketheric is the muscle, and Balthazar is the arcanist, I guess. And this chick was the first success, the first time they got the true soul thing to work. And then they somehow got their hands on a nautiloid and sent it out to collect people and start spreading the parasites around, the modified parasites. This is incredible. Tell me about the others.
Separate cells. I never saw them. But when they changed,
My head! I can feel them in my head!
Yeah. So the other ones, so the failed experiments leading up to this head that we're talking to must have had some kind of conflict, right? On the one hand, the original parasites wanted them to become illithid, to become mind flayers, to serve the colony and resurrect the glory of the grand design, serve the local elder brain, all that good stuff. But the Gortash was tinkering with the tadpoles using Netherese magic, so they came into existence. They went through Ceramorphosis and became mind flayers, but they were broken. They were unwhole, right? Their purpose was scarred. Their minds were messed up by the Netherese magic, which was not yet complete. The true soul wasn't finished, so they were like failures, but they must have been like in intense mental pain and torture, and they were screaming at her to like, save us, do something, help us, save the elder brain, serve the colony, destroy Gortash and the invaders and stuff. It must have been just like a horrific cacophony of mental voices constantly screaming at her nonstop. What a hellscape. I think we want to ask this last to find out what she knows about Gortash.
we are his pets. His plan, Lord Gortash.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. There's another brain here, a willing mind. This is somebody who hasn't yet been processed, I think. Let's take this off. And let's put this on in its place. The willing mind. Let's see what this other brain has to say. Now I kind of wished I'd picked up a bunch of minds along the way. I was seeing these, we saw these in the Nautiloid. I wonder if you grab some of these canisters in the Nautiloid and keep them with you all through the game until this moment, if you can stick them in here and talk to them. But let's talk to the willing mind.
Pardon? Wouldn't do to phlegm all over Lord Gortash during my first performance, would it? Acoustics are a little off in here. Which is... where, exactly?
So if we tell, I mean, she's a willing mind, right? She volunteered for this procedure. So she should know this. If we're wrong, telling her might make her very upset and hard to get information out of, but if I'm right, and because she's a willing mind, she knew what she was signing up for, this might reassure her that we're supposed to be here. We know what's going on, so we'll say, it's an illithid colony, but don't worry, just your brain is here.
Right. A jester, are you? Ah, you must be vying for the Lord's patronage too. He heard me singing in Beggar's Rest. Said he needed someone to give voice to lost knowledge. A little over my head, being honest, but the Lord has gold. I trust he knows his business. Now, I'd best warm up.
Okay, so she doesn't actually... No. Let's force her to realize. This might be cruel, but we might get some real information out of her if we do. Snap out of it and look around you.
Could do with a bit of natural light, all right. But you know these nobles, odd as fey folk. Now I need to prepare. Wish me luck.
Huh. So maybe she can't actually see what the head is seeing. The head speaks, it's like an output only, right? She doesn't see through its eyes. So her brain is conjuring some kind of stimulus input for her, I guess. Let's see if we can talk to her one more time.
The owl bear full, owl will's icy ire.
Yeah, she's doing warm-up exercise. We're not going to get anything out of her. Okay, really, really fascinating workshop. Tons of amazing lore about what's really happening in the game here. I'm very pleased with all that. Can you tell? I spent 20 minutes here. All right, I'm glad we checked this out. Let's head back up. I think we leave this stone here. I don't think we want to carry it with us. Its aura would give us advantage on checks, but disadvantage on saving throws, which is really bad when you're fighting spellcasters, so I think we leave it here. Taking a look around, there's more over here on the bottom. So let's go check that out. We did, Yeah, there's one more dead over there. All right. We can check that out in a moment. Looks like we got another hop, skip, and jump section here.
Will know my design. Our design.
So we've got another thing here. It could summon an enemy, a monster of some sort, so we'll just kind of take a look around real quick.
There's nothing.
Hold on. What was that? What did I... Flesh wrought door. Oh, this door. Oh, look at this. Okay.
We'll take the city.
Okay.
Every
Let's sneak up.
made true.
We're in bright light. Over here is darkness. All right.
Waste a step.
Let's come on over here with everybody. Oh, her passive's on. That's why. Let's turn Light of Lathander off. Okay. And then let's have Astarion make an attempt to unlock this for us. Oh, lockpicking impossible. Okay. So, I have a... Oh, wow. There's something cool back here. I have a feeling if we put our hand in this, that, this door is going to open and we're going to have a fight on our hands. So maybe what we'll do is we'll split up here. Let's have Astarion come over here with Tava.
Should have worn better boots. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
We'll leave Karlach and Shadowheart on this side. Nope. We'll leave Karlach and Shadowheart on this side. Let's move Shadowheart back a little bit. And then the same with Karlach. Okay. And then we'll try to send the hand to go interact with this. Let's see. Can it? It can't. All right. So who's the least... Probably Shadowheart's the one who should stick her hand in. She can cast guidance on herself, and she does the least damage of our party. So if she needs to rush over there, she can dash. Let's cast guidance on ourselves here, and let's have her touch this thing.
The conflict bursts into life. A mind touches your own. Alien and full of desperate need, but fragmented too. It is incomplete. It yearns to connect, but needs you to guide the process, linking each part of your mind to its like.
Okay, so there's a puzzle here. I think this might be connecting to the ancient elder brain. I think they have it locked away here because it would be a threat to them. I'm not sure if we should do this or not, but curiosity has been a motivator for me for this whole playthrough. So let's have her begin to manipulate the mind. Whoa. Okay. Oh boy. Memory, emotion, reason, and speech. Well, Shadowheart doesn't have her memories. This would be tough for her. She is fairly eloquent. Let's start with speech. Oh, what are we trying to do here? Okay, so it looks like we can move it to one of these three connected spots. Oh, and there's places over here. Reason, memory, emotion, speech. Okay, so we need to move speech here, I think, over to there. Let's go to a neural node here. Oh, it's a puzzle. We need to make a pathway, and we can't interrupt things, right? So, like, if we come here, and then here, and then here. So speech is connected, but now we can't use any of those nodes for the others. So let's see. Emotion go down. If emotion goes down, then memory has to go there, which means the only place for reason to go is here. All right, let's have reason go here. We're trying to get over there, right? Yeah, okay, here. Here, here. Is that the voice of the colony? Okay, so we got speech and reason connected. This is fascinating. All right, let's go with emotion next. Emotion needs to get over there. So we have to go down. And then I think we go along the left side here. Okay. And then last is memory. Which we're trying to get to over there. I think I've done it.
I hope that was worth the effort.
Really cool puzzle. Really cool puzzle for D&D to put in a 3D D&D game. Like, you can't really do something like this very easily at tabletop, but wow, that was cool. All right, let's get her back with the group. Hey, there's a brain in here. There's a waking mind. We could take this over to that other thing.
Salvation.
Hurry now, the city calls out for salvation.
In all my heart, and you, my many hands.
She's saying new stuff now that we've connected up her brain. So I don't know what happens if we walk in here, but let's find out.
Maybe I should stay crouched forever. Moving in.
Of many hearts.
Desecrated relief. Yeah, this is definitely a mind flare relief. You can see, so here's the elder brain, and here's the like chief mind flayer, like the prime minister or the conciliary or whatever, and then all the slave races bowing before them. Fascinating stuff. Let's see if we can get something out of this.
Our destiny, design, downfall.
Your tadpole echoes, not with presence, but memory, tinged with loss.
The grand design, order, perfection, unity, every plane as one, every being in their place.
That loss blooms into a sudden fury, burying claws in your mind.
Taken, corrupted, gone.
And just as suddenly, pain and memory are gone, leaving only stone once more.
The grand design. The restoration of the Mind Flayer Empire. The dream of all Illithids.
The dream of all Illithids. And this group, Ketheric, Gortash, and the Third, who was praying somehow to the god of death and planning to end the entirety of life in the material plane, they've stolen this Elder Brain's plan, their grand design. They've stolen it, co-opted it, corrupted it for their own purpose, which is why this failed colony, the remnant of psionic energy from their like hive mind, is lamenting the loss and is furious at what they did. So cool. We've got some goodies here. Brain drain gloves. Mental interference. When you deal psychic damage, you also inflict mental fatigue for 2 turns. -1 penalty to wisdom, intelligence, charisma saving throws for every turn remaining. When it fails such a save, while having 5 or more turns, it takes additional damage. Okay. I don't know that anyone's going to wear that. Our gloves right now, I believe, are pretty solid. We've got additional necrotic damage. The Hraknir bracers, telekinesis, mage hand, and strength saving throws +1. What's he got? Wondrous gloves, AC +1, and gloves of dexterity. You know what? I should respec her to take advantage of this. Because she's got +4 dex, so we could take the ability points we put into dexterity and put them into something else for her if she wears these for the rest of the campaign. So these gloves are not super great for us. We're going to send them to camp. The tiara here, Circlet of Mental Anguish. When an enemy fails wisdom saving throw against one of your spells or cantrips, you regain 1 to 4 hit points. That's not bad at all. But I don't think we're going to replace... Yeah, +2 bonus to saving throws against spells is very nice. Karlach's not a spellcaster. Astarian's better off with Covert Critical, and she's better off with Grimskull Helm. So we can send this to, like, Gale or someone for now. Whoever this skeleton was, we got what you had. There's also the Blade of Oppressed Souls. Now, this could be really interesting. Let's check this out. What is this? This is a longsword. +1 weapon enchantment. And... Interesting. Doesn't seem to have anything all that special in it. It must be the ability. Crowning Strike. Unleash the wails of the dead that fell to your blade and possibly instill Crown of Madness in the target. Okay, so per short rest, you might get a free Crown of Madness with this ability. I guess that makes it rare. It's +1 on top of it, so it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not fantastic. Crown of Madness is fine, but yeah, I'd rather have the Blood of Lathander here. I guess we send this to camp. This I want to keep because it's got amazing lore in it. These I keep because I might use them. These keys I need to stash away. God, I've really got to find a merchant to sell all this trash I'm carrying around forever and ever. I probably won't find one until we get to Baldur's Gate, I don't think. Yeah. So it's just a +1 that gives you Crown of Madness once per, what, short rest, I guess? Yeah, once per short rest. I don't think that's good enough to be rare, really. Let's send it to camp. And then we've got this Waking Mind. This we definitely want to go speak to. We're going to go stick this in the thing and talk to it. Let me just double check here. So, a very lore-heavy episode, obviously, but the stuff we're learning is so damn cool.
The city calls out for salvation.
Does the city call out for salvation?
The chosen are my heart. And you...
A bunch of skellies here. Nothing much on them. Okay. Let's go back to the device and talk to the Waking Mind. Maybe it has more information for us. Oh, that's gonna be damage. They made the smart choice. Good for them. I aimed incorrectly there and took 2 points of damage. Let's put the Waking Mind in. I'm very curious about this.
Fine bones, sharp jaw. Some variety of elf? Pretty enough for a flesh prison. If not the noble Githzerai features I was born with.
Githzerai!
You're no willing guest of the gate either. Perhaps we might aid one another.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is the first Githzerai we've met in the entire campaign. Amazing. So Tava, I guess, she failed her history check. She doesn't know this the way I do. When the Gith escaped from Illithid control, they split up into 2 factions. Part of that has to do with Vlaakith and Orpheus, I think. But I'm really curious to hear what this lady has to say. You called yourself Githzerai. Is that some kind of Githyanki?
Oh, for a set of hands to slap your face! The Yankee lost their way the moment Gith threw down the Gate Empire. Only we, Zerai, continue the war to end the Gate forever. Only we fight them on their own battlefield. The mind.
You're remarkably sane for a pickled brain.
A Githzerai's mind is not so easily cracked. Our discipline was the very reason we were attacked.
Did you intend to make that rhyme?
A psionic technique much feared by the Gate. They destroyed us for it.
and kept me as a trophy.
A psionic technique?
I never broke, but I've spent all these centuries awake, aware. So here is my offer. Use your tadpole, erase me, and I will pass my technique on to you.
Deal! Interesting. You want me to kill you, what if I can free you instead? I suppose that's possible, but how would that work? I don't know what Tava's thinking here, but I'm curious.
My people dwell in limbo, a realm of pure chaotic thought. With my mind gone, perhaps my soul will return there. Or perhaps not. Death, freedom, they are one and the same. Touch my mind, and purge it. At the very moment you do, I will make my knowledge yours.
When you say erase your mind, by any chance do you mean smash your brain to bits?
I do not. The Geik have been warping flesh for millennia. Who knows what damage they can undo? It is my mind they enslave. It is my mind that must die.
Very well. Let's reach out and erase her mind as she's requested.
The awareness that floods you is nothing like the tadpole. It is tentative and tinged with the loneliness of eons. It fades beneath your touch, but you feel something left behind. A fragment.
It is only knowledge yet, without comprehension. But when you use it, you will see. And I see.
Amazing. A beautiful act of mercy for, I mean, imagine being trapped in a jar for centuries, aware and awake. God, what a horrific fate. We gained something called Githzerai Mind Barrier. Let's see about that. Maybe it wasn't called that. Was it an ability or a passive? Githzerai Mind Barrier. Having assimilated a splinter of Githzerai knowledge, mental barriers have been erected in the affected entity's mind. It has advantage on intelligence saving throws. Excellent. Did anybody else get that? No, just Tava. Well, Tava needs it. She's got an 8 for intelligence. And she's not wearing the headband of intellect anymore. So that's actually really helpful for her. Nice find. Incredible, incredible episode. Awesome lore. And just really great writing here. Really, really cool stuff. Who comes up with this stuff, you know? Okay. Really cool puzzle, too. Man, this game is just so good. Nothing on the Arcanist. And the Marksman. Nothing all that valuable here, either. Okay, yeah, let's continue up the right side here. At some point, we may have to, if this doesn't connect back up, we may have to go back and take this, but I have a feeling this is going to connect up to that. Man, another full episode with, like, just amazing stuff. Just this story just keeps getting better and better. Okay, we've got another flesh rot door here. There could be enemies behind it. Let's sneak up and get it open. See what's beyond. Yep. Okay. What are we dealing with here? An intellect devourer? All right. Let's have Astarion come up and do his business. Now, do you have advantage? Is it within range to get sneak attack? No. All right, so we're gonna have to just take a shot here. Let's make sure our passive is on. Sharpshooter all in. Let's take the shot. Critical hit, immediately died. I love it. Let's bonus action or cunning action hide. And exit turn-based mode. There's another one up here. I don't think we got the hide off, so we'll just take a shot. Okay, there we go. Nice. All right. Let's proceed. I see another... Yeah, there's somebody behind this door watching things. All right. Can we turn off this brazier? Okay. Let's stay hidden, and let's have the mage hand open the door. Okay.
Something smells tasty.
Okay, it's coming this way. Hiding failed, but it didn't attack us. Is that because it's not hostile or because it... Not sure. We've definitely got more enemies here. Yeah, this is catching up over here. So what do we do here?
Descend, assemble.
Let's go ahead and take a shot. Nice. Instant kill.
Let's get to the shadows.
Let's have Tava loot the body here real quick. We want the brains for potential... I mean, again, elixir of psychic resistance, it's rare, and that's fine, but I don't know when I'm going to use that. You know what I mean? We're getting near the end of the episode. I'll creep forward a little bit more to get a feeling for what's ahead of us, though.
Liberate, evacuate.
And there's a... Okay, there's this guy. Can I shoot him from here? Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Critical hit. Amazing. Okay. Well, guys, I think we're going to take a break here with all of these little intellect devourers taken care of. And we will explore this next chamber next time. Looks like there's more amazing lore and cool, just crazy cool stuff down here. And, yeah, lots more to see before we catch up with Ketherick and whatever kind of horrific monster he's dealing with. Oh, wait a minute. Look, there it is. We can see the tentacles. Whatever it is, it's down there. So we may not actually be going down here, this time. Yikes. Look at how big it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this time. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Hope you're enjoying. What an amazing lore-filled episode. Just figuring out all the secrets, to me, is such a like an endorphin high. It's such a dopamine rush to get lore like that. That's like, oh, when you start putting the pieces together, you know, figuring out what the motivations are, what the plan is, what the secrets are. It's amazing to me. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.